Is comfortable? Yeah, you are? Okay, well, as comfortable as you're going to be? Yeah? Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pup Mommy. This is a channel where it's all about the pups, including the one you can't see, or whose face you can't see. This is a channel where it's all about the pups. They come first. And I share with you my over 30 years of a practical hands-on experience of what it's like to own, love, and care for dogs. So if you're a first-time dog owner, a wannabe dog owner, or even an experienced dog owner, I'm here to be a practical resource for you, to offer suggestions and advice of what I've learned over 30-some years, especially when you have the problem, am I the only, especially what I'm trying to say is, especially if you're wondering, am I the only one with this problem? Or, does your dog do this? Or, how can I find the right dog, the right pup for me and my family? This video is the 6th in an 8-part series, To Puppy or Not to Puppy, that deals with 8 questions that I ask. I've said this so many times already. That deals with 8 questions that I ask and you answer to help you decide if you're really ready for that puppy. So before you press that adopt button, take a few moments to go through these videos with me. And I promise you that by the time, turn around here, by the time you are through with these Q&A videos, I'm sure that you will be able to honestly answer if you're ready for a puppy. Now, today's video deals with question number 6. Are you ready for the time and emotional commitment of owning a puppy? You know, one of the main reasons that pups are surrendered to shelters is because people do not realize and/or they underestimate the time commitment that a puppy takes. This is where I take you back to the first video that I made and the question that I asked. Are you ready for a baby? And as the baby grows, as the puppy grows, are you ready for a child? And if you can honestly answer no, then a puppy is not for you. Puppies are, they're like teens and mobile phones because they're always on. Yes, and puppies, when they're not sleeping, can really drive you crazy. In fact, most dogs can. Especially when you're bonded to them like I am. You know, they'll I'm not getting anywhere with this video. They'll nudge you with their toys when you're on a computer. They'll put their heads in your lap. You know, they'll keep pawing you to get attention until you play with them. Or, you know, they'll be sitting on the door, right, they'll be sitting at the door, by the door, looking forlorn until you let them out. Which, of course, leads me to my favorite saying. Let me out so I can come in again. Let me in so I can go out again. And with my pups, they all never go in and out at the same time. So, another thing, with a puppy, even as it grows into the dog, you'll never go to the bathroom alone. They're always underfoot, especially when you're making dinner. Unless, of course, you put them in a crate or their playpen, or you tell them place. Or they're into their toys across the room creating chaos. You know, you'll need to be with the puppies will need to be fed 2-3 times a day, be taken out more frequently to relieve themselves, and then of course they'll need to be brushed, groomed, you know, bathed, unless you take them to a groomer. And then you'll have the dog beds to vacuum and the wash, and if you allow the pups on the furniture, well, then, you know, or on your bed, as a matter of fact, then, you know, you've got the furniture throws and the bedding to add to that laundry list. But wait, there's more. Keeping the dog bowls, the dog water bowls clean and full, vacuuming, sweeping, mopping the floors, especially in the fall and winter when the muddy paw prints come across. And if you have carpets, well, that's a whole other story, and we're not even going to go there. I'm trying to keep them clean from stains, odor, dog hair. Now, whether you have a backyard or you use puppy pads or you walk the dog, you're going to have to pick up and dispose of the waste. That's another key factor. Then you'll be taking them, the little puppies, to the vet for their puppy vaccinations, annual wellness exams. And now, in addition to all that craziness, if you have a backyard, flowers, shrubs, vegetable gardens, then you have potentially other worries, because some plants are poisonous, and while others are nice and good and tasty and so attractive that they'll be eaten or dug up before you can say the words eaten or dug up. And and trust me, and your hands will be forever taking stuff out of the puppy's mouth. Unless, of course, you don't, then you might be facing a sizable vet bill. I kid you not. So bottom line, folks, whether you own 1 dog, 2 dogs, puppies, or 4 dogs, or whatever, you won't need a gym membership to keep you fit. So I've always viewed my dogs as family members, as you can tell with me sitting here. When they hurt, I hurt. And when it comes time for euthanasia, to put them out of their pain, and when it comes time for euthanasia and to put them out of their pain, they died in my arms. In the last 12 years, I've lost 6 pups. So the question then again becomes, are you ready for that emotional commitment that a pup takes? And emotions run very high when a puppy is hurt or sick, or gets through the backyard fence, or slips through the door and gets lost, albeit temporarily. Or they completely frazzle you to the point where you want to cry. And trust me, that can happen. I mean, that is normal. It's just like with small children and babies. But when it comes to sickness, that's when you really get put through the ringer. And this is what I mean by emotional commitment. As your puppy grows into an adult, it's not always about throwing a ball or a frisbee in the backyard, or going rock climbing with your best friend, or running on the beach. It's being there long term when your pup may become ill from ingesting an item, or fall victim to a genetic disease, or become injured or sustain a life-threatening injury. And let me tell you factually that I have kept all the bills and files on my pups that I've owned. And since I've moved into my home that I have now, which was 19 years ago, I could have put a fully furnished addition onto my home with what I've paid in vet bills and veterinary care for my pups. But that's my choice. And I've been through, quite frankly, just about every disease and injury that a pup owner can go through. Cancer, brain tumors, seizures, torn ACLs, corneal edema, heart murmurs, surgeries. Surgeries, yeah. Gastro, spinal, oral, eye. And the resultant care and the special, the special diets, the harnesses, the wound care, changing bandages, therapy. I've been at the emergency vet at midnight. I've been there at 2 a.m. I've been there on New Year's Eve. I've been there on wonderful, beautiful weekend afternoons. And each time because my pup was in distress. And they come first, and that is what I mean by an emotional commitment. Because for many of you, you'll probably be faced with one of these scenarios in owning a pup. And will have to make the decision whether to spend thousands of dollars in surgery, treatment, care, rehab, versus going on the annual family vacation, or putting a home remodel on hold for another year, or whether you make the decision to put the dog down or surrender the dog to a rescue, where they'll bear the cost, because I've seen that happen. So bottom line, are you prepared emotionally to deal with all of this? in addition to having a life of your own. I mean, you go out on a date or you run an errand, you know, you come home and the puppy's made a mess. Can you deal with it? Your puppy gets sick, throws up on the sofa. Can you deal with it? Or are you going to have a meltdown and then scream at the puppy? Now, I'm mentioning this to you because I want you to be aware of and prepared for what you may be in for when you bring a puppy to your home. So are you prepared, again, are you prepared for that emotional commitment that a puppy takes? Are you prepared for the time commitment? And on that note, I want to thank you for watching and hope that you were able to find some help in this video as you make the decision whether to bring a puppy into your life. If you would like some assistance in deciding what would be the best puppy for you and your family, or you have additional questions, maybe that I haven't covered and you'd like to speak on a one-to-one basis, I'll leave a link in the description information with my contact information. And also I'll leave a link to the brief video, The Gift, which I do with all my videos, which has over 39 million YouTube views. It's the story about a dog adoption, which started out very happily and then went south. So if you're serious about adopting a pup, this is a must-watch video. It's very brief, only 5 minutes. So, please join me for the next installment, video number 7. We're almost at the end. And that video will be, are you ready for the cleaning and maintenance of owning a puppy? So thank you for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video installment. Bye for now.